Well, hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more match play commentary for y'all. This is the continuation of the solo series I am doing for y'all as TJ trudges through Time Stranger this weekend. If you guys haven't checked his videos out, by the time this video goes live, he should be done with the game. So we have all the lives updated if you want to watch his journey through Time Stranger. The game itself has been super fun. I've been enjoying it a lot. Was able to play some of it this weekend, and I think it's been a great time. Hopefully you all have been able to play it. If not, do get on it. But we've got some more matches from Sully's Abode for y'all. Sully's is the local card shop we go to every Thursday for Digimon. Start at about 6:30 p.m. Located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, want to check us out or check the shop out, feel free to swing on by. Today's matchup features Tyler on the left playing Dark Masters, going up against Danny, who is bringing Lucemon to the table. Both are interesting decks. I will just putting it out there before we hop into the video. I'm not well versed on either of these decks. I will do my best to try to keep up with the game and kind of look up cards as we go. So if I misspeak or I am a little bit behind, do forgive me. I will try to pick it up as soon as I can for y'all. But I think it should be an interesting matchup. Definitely going to be a good back and forth, I feel. So let's see how things go. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And without further ado, let us hop right into the round. So we see Danny kick it off. He does the staple Lucemon play. As you go first, you pass over 5 with the Lucemon there as a searcher. Trashes 2 pieces. Looks like a chaos mode. And I didn't see the other piece. We see Tyler go ahead and do some search here with the Gigadramon and also played out a starter deck mat, which is pretty solid. This little guy, when Digimon gets deleted, you get to suspend, gain a memory. So end of turn, we get to pop the Gigadra. Gigadra will be deleted, suspending the mat, and you can go ahead and play something in the breeding area. We see Danny go ahead and Evo straight into the Lucy Chaos mode, giving Tyler the choice here, I believe. Oh no, this is the other Lucemon. So if it were to be removed from play, it can go ahead and bot deck, and Tyler does end up choosing to trash one, and Danny will go ahead and recover one. We push up the Gigaseedramon. Does end up living, big guy, hits a Lucemon, and we play out a double Kari, which, I mean, that's fair. That is very fair. Essentially, if Danny does any damage or he forces Tyler to make that choice again, he will be taxed to memory. The Metal Seedramon there is pretty solid. I think I said Giga Seedra, so I apologize. It's Metal Seedramon. On deletion, if you have no blue face-up security cards, you place it as the bottom security card, and then when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon, one of their tamers can't suspend until the attack ends, or the turn ends. So pretty solid there, and then all turns, this Digimon can only Evo into Apocalypse. We go ahead, Evo into the Lucy. Lucy will get pushed up, do some shenanigans there, and we call it a day. And where does Tyler go from here? Nothing's on the field yet, so that is a little tough. We'll go ahead and hatch into, looks like a Mother D. We'll go ahead and play out a Puppetmon. Puppetmon on play. Here. Return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Nothing that was done. And then we go ahead and able to tuck it underneath as the bottom card of security there. And we pass it over. Alright. So as you can probably see here, right, this is going to be a very just like grindy matchup here. The whole point of Dark Masters essentially is you want to be able to get as many security cards face up as possible, so your Dark Master is getting placed into security, and then when you play out the new Apocalypse by placing one of each face up Dark Master trait card with different names from your security stack under this card, you reduce the play cost by 4. So again, if you can get as many security cards under that fella, then it's basically free, and then on play you can play one of each Dark Master trait card from different names from the sources without paying the cost, and then all of them gains rush. So very kind of like a Royal Knights gimmick, except this time instead of King Yggdrasil, you've got the security as sort of your ticking time bomb there. I definitely think it's not as busted as the old Apocalypse, right? This definitely needs a lot of things to work in your favor. If you go up against decks that are going to rush you down, have ways to chip into security pretty quickly, then I think Dark Masters is going to be in a pretty tough spot. Obviously, you still have access to the old Apocalypse because it's still limited to one, but the new Apocalypse definitely takes a little bit of time to set up for sure. Go ahead and play a Metal Seadramon here. So if you don't have anything other than Digimon with Dark Masters in their text, you may play this card with the play cost reduced by 5. So essentially a 6-drop. And at the end of turn, it gets deleted. Since we already have a Metal Seadramon in the security stack, unfortunately, cannot get tucked in. And Danny is going to start off with 5 memory, which is pretty solid. What do we do from here? You have your Satan mode that's stunned, which is stunned off of the Metal Seadramon effect there. You've got the Lucemon with the Cupimon egg, and you've got the Lucemon larva. I mean, you've got some plays here, so we do go into the new EX-10 Lucemon Chaos mode. Go ahead, pitch a card, and then Tyler has a choice to make, I believe. Danny will go ahead and recover one. Looks like we're declaring a swing with the Lucy Chaos, but I think Tyler's got some decisions to make here. And that's tough. That's tough. I mean, Lucy, if given the time, can definitely make life very difficult for any opponent going up against it. And like I said earlier, right, Dark Masters also need some time to set up. So, I mean, you're definitely going to be giving Lucy the time and the memory to go ahead and do so. The check will go through as Tyler does choose to delete one of his Karis. And ends up hitting a Piedmon there. And I think Tyler has a pretty uphill battle, right? I mean, now we're down to 3 security. Even if we get the 3rd security out and face up, essentially, right? Apocalypse still going to be costing 5. All of them gain rush, but you're really not keeping turn, and they just kind of sit there. So yeah, we do play a Spiral Mountain here. So Spiral Mountain is a pretty interesting card. Draw 2, then place in battle area. End of opponent's turn, you can delay. You can place one face-up Digimon card with Dark Master straight from your security stack. Without paying the cost, at the end of the turn, delete the Digimon that was played. So kind of nice ways to get your Dark Masters on the field and proc their on plays. Go ahead, swing. Hits an Apocalypse, so we'll end up dying. And that was a Satan mode that was swinging in there. Looks like we're going to declare the swing with the Chaos mode. And then when Metal Seadramon gets checked out of security of his face up, you can go ahead and play level 5 Dark Master Street. So we're going ahead and play the Cherrymon here. Cherrymon on play, reveal top 4, add 2 level 6 cards among them to the hand, return the rest of the bottom deck. So pretty solid search there, but as we saw here, we see Danny now evo into a Lucy X there, which will go ahead and also trash Tyler's security card. We'll go ahead and put one up on deletion there. But Danny is now sitting at 7 security, Tyler's sitting at 1, and I think this is really, really tough for Tyler to come back from. I mean, you really are like banking on like old Apocalypse and having your trash set up at this point. We just play Metal Seadramon. Go ahead, end of turn, we'll tuck it up. And then stun the Lucy X. So, expensive way to keep alive, but I mean, there you go. Danny evos into a Lucy, pushes up with the QP, gains a memory, pitch in a card. Where do we go from here? Probably checking trash to see what's been in trash already. See a Dead or Alive in hand. We've got, I'd assume here if you have a Chaos mode, you just go ahead and evo Chaos mode. I mean, Tyler doesn't have anything he can really interact with, so he'll be forced to pitch one, I assume. Off of security, that is. we're looking at Satan mode too. So Satan mode could also be solid, but yeah, we do evo into a chaos mode. This is the EX-6 Lucy Chaos. We'll go ahead and trash top card of security. Danny will go ahead and recover yet again. So we'll be at 8 security compared to Tyler's 1. And Tyler's at 5 memory, but he's once again, just playing on the back foot here. We've burned through a lot of Metal Seedramons, so I don't think he's going to be able to stun one more time. I believe we've seen at least 3, if not all 4 already. Danny just doing typical Lucemon things, just recovering. I believe that is off of the Lucemon X antibody effect, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, end of turn, you may trash their top security card, didn't trash, then they recover one. So yeah, that's where we get that recovery from. And yeah, like I said, I just don't see a world where Tyler really sneaks his way out of this one. It's just really tough, you know, like there's just so much that needs to happen for Dark Masters to be able to do their thing. We'll go ahead and play out Apocalypse, and this is the old Apocalypse here. So old Pizza Man here to play. So Pizza Man, when this card will be played, you place up to 3 Dark Masters cards with different names from your battle area or trash under it. Reduce the play cost by 4 for each one, so there'll be a 3 cost drop. And at the end of turn, you can place 1 level 6 or lower card from trash as the bottom card. Activate 1 on play, and trash top 2 for each of their Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards. So go ahead and play a Piedmon there. End of turn. Looks like I would assume you tuck in the Metal Seadra. Go ahead and stun something, maybe? Because Piedmon, in theory, would go ahead and pop something. But I believe we had targeted one and was able to protect it. Yeah, we'll tuck the Metal Seadra, it looks like. Looks like we'll go ahead and stun the Lucy Chaos mode there. And then should be end of turn, there's 4, so we will go ahead and mill 8. And then end of turn, the Piedmon, we'll go ahead and plop right back into security. Gets checked. So, I mean, at this stage, right? I mean, at this stage, Tyler's best bet is to deck out, right? And he very well actually could get there. So, I'll be honest. Like I said, I don't know these decks very, very well. But, you know, we will go ahead. Yeah. So we're gonna just go ahead and go to game 2. So close, but no cigar on Tyler's end since we were able to get rid of the Apocalypse. So if Apocalypse were able to live another turn, then I think you just mill Danny out at that point, right? But because Apocalypse was dealt with, he really didn't have a good way to just deal with the board state and take care of things. So we see why the old Apocalypse was limited to 1. I mean, being able to mill 8 cards from your opponent's deck is just stupid. It's just so stupid. But I mean, if you're playing it, it's very, very good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not too well versed on both of these decks, but it's interesting to see Dark Masters and the new stuff and how it wants to play. Like I said, I still think it's a little too slow compared to the rest of the meta. But I mean, hey, I mean, we saw Tyler at the end kind of do some crazy shenanigans there with like the old Apocalypse being able to just stay alive for an extra 2-3 turns. So it definitely is interesting. Like I said, it's probably one of those decks that'll be kind of just rogue, kind of sleeper picks. Really won't do a whole lot, but I mean, it has some neat things that it can do for sure. We do end up starting off with a Spiral Mountain here. You don't have one in the battle area, so you are able to play it without by ignoring the color requirements. So that's how he's able to get that out there without a source. And then Danny will just go ahead, go into the Lucemon, push up. Tyler would just go ahead and deal with it on curve, and then pass his turn. So now, I mean, I think considerably better start from... Okay. We just see a hard drop of a Chaos mode here by Danny, which is a little tough. But Piedmon will go ahead and play itself out. On play... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Oh. So end up playing... Okay. So it looks like we tracked back a little bit here. Oh no, Danny just played out a Levia, popping the Piedmon. Piedmon will go ahead and place itself back up. Okay. Okay. So this is where we're at. Tyler just go ahead. Looks like he'll set up with a mat. Go ahead and drop another Piedmon. Piedmon will go ahead and just pop the Levia. Gains a memory off of the mat and then plays out another one. So pretty solid there. What does Danny do from here? We'll go ahead and hatch a Cupid. If he has a Lucy, I'll assume you Evo here. But if we don't, then you're kind of looking at, okay. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive will go ahead and allow him to play out a Lucemon Chaos mode. But no on-play effects on that. Looks like Tyler was debating if he wanted to hatch the Mother D, but chose not to. We'll go ahead and play out... who is this fella here? The Scorpio on play, reveal 4, add 2, return the rest of bottom deck. We play out another Spiral Mountain. And then end of turn by deleting one Digimon, which we delete the Mother D. You may play one Digimon card with Dark Master straight from hand to an empty space in your breeding area. So we'll go ahead and, debating on what we want to play out into the breeding area, we'll choose to play out... Is that... Who is that feller? Is that... Yeah, that's the new Machine Dramon from EX-10. Again, pretty solid. On play when attacking, de-digi 2 of your opponent's Digimon is not a bad card at all, but against Lucemon could come up in certain scenarios, but right now not super relevant. And Danny looks like he continues to be a little stuck here. We'll play the forget what it's called, but it's basically like buffs up, gives it raid, piercing. So we'll able to get some aggression out of that play with the Lucy, and then we'll go ahead and hard Evo into a Lucy X Antibody. And end of turn, Tyler will go ahead and trash his top security card, while Danny is big chillin'. All right. So Machine can't come up here now. So we'll go ahead and swing. We'll de-digi. Hits a Larva. We'll go ahead and play the Puppetmon. Puppetmon will go ahead and bot deck the Lucy Chaos mode since it was suspended. And then we'll yeet itself into top card or bottom card of security. So not bad off of Tyler. Not bad at all. Yeah, Dark Masters is interesting. I mean, okay. So seven Divine Crews off of the Machine swing. We'll go ahead and play out a Scorpio. Scorpio will go ahead and search once again. Looks like we'll pick up the Piedmon in the Machine. And then use effect to go ahead and play out a Metal Seedramon in the back. Lucy will get pushed up. Go ahead and looks like we'll pitch a card to gain memory, maybe, or go ahead recover off of the Lucy. Evo into the Chaos mode here from EX-10. Tyler's got some choices to make here potentially. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the mat gives you definitely some nice benefits there, but you can choose to pop your own Machine. So Machine will go ahead and just tuck itself into security, which is honestly not bad for Tyler at this point. And then Piedmon. Nope, Piedmon will not. Piedmon will get played out and then go ahead and pop the Lucy. So go ahead and then put itself back in security on deletion. So the Metal Digimon will promote, go ahead and swing. Hits the larva mode. So let Danny play out a Lucemon there. Tyler will now go ahead and play out the new Apocalypse. We'll get Rush. Go ahead and pop said Lucemon. And then end of turn will get deleted and put himself back into security. Okay. Not bad. So yeah, Apocalypse will play everything out, right? And then end of turn, you pop everything that it played out, so they just get yeeted back into security. So, I mean, that's pretty solid. We know that Danny's not going to be able to do much here. Yeah, so we'll just hard evo into the Lucy. We'll go ahead and promote off of the QP effect. We'll gain the memory, pitching 1. And then Lucemon there, we'll go ahead and bot deck 3 to go ahead and evo into a Chaos mode from trash. Chaos mode on evo will then allow Tyler to make some choices. And what is Tyler going to decide here? We'll go ahead and delete the Apocalypse here. Okay. So if we have another one, we could do it again. But now that we have the Lucemon out there, it is a little annoying. On attack, the Metal Seedra will go ahead and stun the Chaos mode. Big Guy Living hits a Lucemon. We go ahead and play out another Gigadra, which will on play reveal top 4. You had 2 level 6 or higher cards among, and then bot deck the rest. End of turn, by deleting 1, you can play 1 from your hand into the empty space. We go ahead and play out another machine, which is going to be pretty solid for dealing with this Lucemon there. Alright, so what does Danny do here? We've got a stunned Lucemon, Chaos mode. We'll evo into a Lucy in the back. And decides not to push up. Okay, so we'll go ahead and push up the Machine Dramon. I would assume here you... Oh. So we'll go ahead and swing, stunning the Lucy. Hits a Genai's House, which will allow Danny to play out a level 3 Digimon, which conveniently can play out a Lucemon there. Little unfortunate there for Tyler. But I assume here you swing with Machine and D-Digi, right? D-Digi the Chaos mode, and then if you can find a way to deal with the 2 Lucemons, then you can go ahead and do so. So yeah, we'll go ahead and D-Digi. Swings the Machine. Oh my god. Another Larva. Jesus. Which will let him play out a Lucemon once again, and that is tough. We've seen so many Larvas hit out of Danny's security. That's wild. Looks like we're going to be looking at trash, maybe setting ourselves up for an Apocalypse play. But it's tough because if you don't deal with those Lucies, I would assume Danny's just going to be able to just chip away at security, and then you're in that spot where like all the work that you've done to get those fellers in your security are gone. We play out a Cherrymon. Cherrymon will search for 4 once again. And then end of turn, we'll delete to play a Piedmon in the back. And then we go ahead, suspend Met to gain the memory back. And Danny pushes up the QP, is going to be able to pitch a Chaos mode to gain 1 memory from each QPmon. So it gains a total of 2 memory. And I believe, yeah, he did pitch the Leviamon as well. So that's how he was able to proc both. And we're just cycling through the Lucemon effects here. And where does Danny go? I mean, you could swing, you could evo. You've got plenty of options at your disposal. I would assume you swing. Yeah, I mean, you know most likely that you're probably going to die, and you don't particularly care, I think, at this point. Again, granted, I don't play Lucy all that often, but I would assume here you just want to get rid of those bodies in security. Unless I'm being a little naive there. Oh, I am being naive. Ignore me. I'm dumb. If a card was face up, you may play. So yeah, you don't want to be too aggressive with chipping away at Tyler's security, because then you just end up playing those bodies out. So yeah, we hit the puppet. Puppet will go ahead and allow Tyler to play a level 5 from hand or trash. So it looks like we will go ahead and play out. Is that the Mephistomon? Yep. So Mephisto will get played out. We go ahead and get our checks in. Okay. So what does Danny do here to pass turn? Because he's also looking at a situation too where if he doesn't... Okay, so we'll Larva here. Larva will get placed in a security. And then we'll go ahead Evo into a Chaos Mode. Chaos Mode effect, we'll go ahead and pop the... looks like we'll go ahead and pop the Mephisto there. Mephisto on deletion. If deleted via effect, you can play a Golf or level 6 Dark Masters from hand or trash without paying the cost. We go ahead and play out a Machine. Machine on play D-Digis 2 once again, which we D-Digi 1 of the Chaos modes. Then Danny will just respond with another Chaos mode there. So we'll pass the turn over. Tyler has some decisions to make off of that Chaos mode Evo, I believe. He can pop, but unfortunately has a machine already in security, so not gonna really get much benefit off of the machine pop. So we'll go ahead and pop the Metal Seadramon, which after we sequence out effects, we see a Mephisto play out. Machine will swing, D-Digi. Go ahead and swing over that Lucemon there. Go ahead and swing over the other Lucemon. Okay, so we're getting some board control there. Okay, fair enough. Then Piedmon, when swinging, you can pop one of your unsuspended Digimon, or your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So Tyler doing some good board control there. And then getting a Puppetmon into security. So, honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. Danny will go ahead and Evo in the back with the Lucemon. Go ahead and push up, pitch a card to gain a memory. And then we'll go ahead and bot deck 3 to go ahead and Evo into another Chaos Mode. Chaos Mode will go ahead and... Tyler will choose to pop the Mephisto, which will go ahead and play the Machine, D-Digi, swing Pied, and pop the Lucemon there. We'll hit a... Oh god, we can play out a Lucemon, and this one will recover one. Go ahead and swing with the Machine. Does end up living. Okay. Where do we go here from Tyler's end? How do we pass turn? But, I mean, at this point, both players are just kind of going, like, tit for tat, right? Like, for everything that Tyler does, Danny's basically had a way to just respond and negate any sort of aggression that was done. And we're sort of in this spot now where Danny can very much just keep looping the Lucy's into the Lucy Chaos mode and make life super annoying for Tyler here. We'll end up playing Apocalypse, and... Oh, no, it looks like we'll just end up scooping there. Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. Yeah, I mean, once Lucy gets into that just constant recycling of the Chaos modes and having you choose to pop, recover, like... It's very, very frustrating to play against, and there's very, like, unless you can blow through their security, you really don't have much of a chance to, like, break that loop. And Dark Masters is just one of those decks where, like, unfortunately, doesn't have that gas unless everything is set up to do that. So yeah, we see, looks like Danny ends up taking it, because if that was a game 1 win on Danny's end and they went to time, then yeah, Danny will end up taking it as technically like a pseudo best of 1 in a sense, right? So yeah, no, I think pretty good back and forth from both players. Shout out to both of them for giving us a pretty solid match to watch, and shout out to you guys for bearing with me as I fumble my way through Dark Masters and Lucy, which are arguably 2 decks that I like know very, very little about. So appreciate y'all. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let us know what else you guys would like to see moving forward. We are going to do our best to keep up with our schedule. I will say this, we haven't lost a locals, but we haven't had much of a turnout from one of our recent, or not recent, but we haven't had much of a turnout recently from one of our staple locals. So content has been a little bit harder to come by, so I do apologize for some blips in the schedule here. We're gonna do our best to try to plug things in as best we can. But in the meantime, like I said, do let us know what decks you would like to see. I finally have all my stuff in, so definitely we'll try to do some webcam games with like Black War, with Belfie, probably more rocks, as well as I also have that put together. So we'll do our best to kind of, you know, plug things in and give you guys some more stuff to watch. So let us know. Like I said, thank you all for tuning in as always, and hopefully we catch you on the next video. Bye bye.